What's going on, guys? My name is Cody and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you guys are new to this channel, I just ask that you guys please subscribe and like. It helps me out tremendously. Also, this is the third time shooting this video. For some reason, my microphone was not working. I just tested everything, so we should be good now. I don't know if I can handle doing this for the fourth time. Typically, I take a lot more time to plan my videos and outline things, but this is something that has happened over the last few weeks, and today I just got a review on Airbnb. So I'm just gonna be talking straight to this camera and go over a little bit of things that I think you should do to avoid making these mistakes that I've made. If you're either currently an Airbnb host or plan on hosting down the road, I think this video will help you guys out and avoid making these mistakes. So one of the Airbnbs I had a guest check in about a week or two ago. They ended up reaching out to me through the Airbnb app saying, hey Cody, there's construction going on outside. You should put this in your listing. You didn't tell us there was construction. Now the construction that she's mentioning is they are tearing up the roads and putting down plumbing or pipes or something. Honestly, I have no clue what they're doing, but it has been going on for about the past 3 months. And this particular property has 3 Airbnb units on it that I'll own and manage. Also, one of my good friends lives right across the street where they're doing the construction as well. When I got this message saying that there was complaints of construction noises, I reached out to the other guest. I reached out to my friend just saying, hey, have you guys heard any noise? Is it pretty loud? What's going on over there? My friend mentioned it wasn't really bothersome. It wasn't loud at all. They weren't doing anything on the weekends. The other guests didn't complain about anything. And like I said, this has been going on for several months. No other guests have complained. I honestly didn't think too much of it. This guest tells me to call her. I call her up right away just to see what the issue is. You know, I'm always on top of things. Anytime a guest complains about anything, no matter what it is, if it's something small or even a bigger issue, I am on top of things right away. So I actually live about 5 to 10 minutes from all of my Airbnbs. And when something comes up, if I'm not the first one there within 15 minutes, I have a cleaner or I have a handyman jump on it right away. So this guest, while I have her on the phone, she's mentioning, hey Cody, this is absolutely ridiculous. My pets, they can't handle the noise. My dogs are barking. And right off the bat, you know, I'm thinking, obviously I don't say this because, you know, Airbnb, you have to be on top of your game. It's a customer service-based industry. And once she mentions this, saying that her dogs can't tolerate it, I'm thinking, you know, I don't run a doggy daycare. This is an Airbnb for people. I do allow pets in this Airbnb. You know, maybe what I've learned from this is maybe I shouldn't allow pets if issues like this continue to happen. Obviously, I don't say that. I just think it. I'm listening to her concerns and telling her how I can address things. And this was on a Friday when we talked on the phone. I said, hey, look, I totally understand the construction's bothering you or your dogs, and it's coming into the weekend. There shouldn't be any issues. On Monday, you know, give me a call back if there's anything going on or if it's too loud. So she calls me back on Monday and says, hey, my dogs are barking at these construction guys, the noise. And I say, look, you know, I totally get it. If you're not comfortable staying here, I'll let you check out early and I'll give you a refund. Now, I didn't have to do this, but I want people to have a good experience. I want to get good reviews. So I let her check out, gave her her money, think nothing of it. My cleaners come in and I have a guest checking in a few days later after that. Cleaners come in, don't hear anything. Guest check in, check out, don't hear anything. The following week comes around. I get a phone call. I have no clue who it is. I get phone calls all the time. I'm a real estate agent and I have other businesses. I pick up the phone. It's that same guest again. She says, hey, Cody, I just want to let you know that on my way back home to Georgia, we stayed at a hotel and then we got home and now there's bugs all over my clothes. I can't get rid of them. I'm thinking, okay, well, this came out of nowhere. You know, did these bugs come from the hotel you stayed at on the way back home? Did your dogs bring these bugs in? I have no clue because she had never mentioned a single thing about these bugs. Now on this phone call a week later, she goes to tell me, hey, I just want to let you know your house needs to be fumigated. These bugs were all over the bed. I wiped them off and they came back. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, why didn't you mention this in the first place whenever you were complaining about the construction? It's probably something that you should mention. Because me personally, if I'm staying at an Airbnb, a hotel, even a friend's house, even my own house, wherever I'm staying, if there's bugs in that bed, I'm not staying there. So it kind of threw me for a loop, the fact that that was never brought up until a week later. Like I said, I don't know where these bugs came from. You know, in my opinion, these bugs must have been picked up at either that other hotel or from her dogs bringing them in. Obviously, I didn't say any of this stuff. I thought it was crazy, but I did tell her, hey, you know, I want to get this addressed immediately. Do me a favor, please send me pictures of the bugs. So she sends me pictures, which I'm going to include this picture in the video of these bugs, which I've never seen anything like it before. It looks just like a black dot. Doesn't even look like a bug. So I have no clue what it was. I asked her, hey, do you know what kind of bugs these are? She's like, no, I have no clue. So I Googled them, couldn't find anything like it. I even went as far as asking my pest control guy. He said he had no clue what that was. He couldn't even tell what it was. So if you guys can tell what these bugs are, shoot me a comment. Even if you have an idea, put me in the right track because I have no clue what they are or if they're even a bug. It looks like a black dot to me. I have no clue. But of course, I obviously wanted to get this issue addressed if this was an actual issue at my Airbnb. So I went over to the property, stripped all the sheets off. I saw nothing that looked like this at all. No bugs, no issues. I asked my cleaners if they had seen anything. They said no. And obviously they would have brought this to my attention way beforehand if they had seen anything like this at any of my properties. And then she ends up writing me a bad review, 2-star review, saying that there was construction going on outside, saying that the house is covered in bugs. And I call Airbnb up right away and say, hey, look, this person left a review. You know, the construction was an issue. I let her check out early. I addressed that. But these bugs, she had no photos of these bugs, no mention of these bugs. The photos that she sent me were of the bugs at her house. No photos from my house. As you can see, these countertops are not the countertops in that house. So I don't know where these bugs came from. I don't even know if they are bugs. And I'm calling Airbnb to have this review taken down. And they tell me, hey, you know what, we can't take that review down because it does have some truth in it. There was construction going on outside. I say, well, what about the fact that they're mentioning bugs a week later? And none of this was addressed during their stay, directly after their stay. They had also stayed in multiple places. They have dogs that they had going in and outside, probably at their house. They said, nope, sorry, we can't help you. So that's a little bit upsetting for me. You know, I get it. I'm gonna get bad reviews, but overall my reviews are almost 5-star. I've hosted hundreds of guests. A few bad reviews will not kill my business. And one of the big lessons here that I wanna go over is what I've noticed is the properties that I do have some lower end properties that are cheaper because they're smaller, they don't have as many amenities, they're not as updated. And then I have some more modern properties that I charge a lot more for. And what I've noticed is that a lot of these properties that are cheaper tend to have random complaints. People leave me bad reviews for things that are out of my control. Again, I've had plenty of guests stay in these properties and leave me 5-star reviews saying they love the place, that it's a great value for what you get. I appreciate those guests. Like I said, what I've noticed is some of my properties, you know, even the nicer ones, I'll drop the prices down if they're not booked. If there's vacancies, I'll drop these prices down quite a bit and I'll get instant bookings right away. But what I've come to notice is that when I get these instant bookings on people who are paying less, there tend to be a lot more complaints, a lot more nonsense, and the price that you charge tends to correlate with the type of guest that you're going to get. For instance, one of my properties that I was charging typically $55 to $60 a night for, the prices had got dropped down to $40. I had a guest stay there that ended up causing $3,000 worth of destruction. They destroyed the entire Airbnb. I also made a video on that. I'll put it in the link down below. You guys should watch that video because it was absolutely crazy. I go over the full process on how I was able to get things fixed in that property and how I was able to get reimbursed for the repairs made on that. But like I said, the price that you charge correlates directly with the type of guests you're going to get for the most part. Those who are paying less are not going to respect your property. They're going to end up leaving bad reviews, or they're going to have complaints over random things that they typically shouldn't be complaining over. I don't understand. These people think that they're staying at the Ritz-Carlton when they're paying $50 a night for a studio. Makes zero sense to me. But that's just my opinion. Now, as far as the status of all my properties goes, I'm pretty hands-on these properties. I have my cleaners come in after every checkout. I also go into these properties about every 2 to 3 weeks just to make sure everything's in good condition. It's basically like running a hotel. Everything has to be extremely clean and ready for each guest check-in. And my standards are set extremely high. That's how I'm able to have almost 5 stars with hundreds of guests that have stayed. But for you guys who are currently hosting, or like I said, if you're planning on becoming an Airbnb host, make sure you don't drop your prices too low because there will be issues that come along with that. Personally, for me, after doing it for almost 4 to 5 years, I've realized sometimes it's better to just leave the house vacant versus dropping the price and get a guest that you don't truly want there that's going to cause issues. And another thing, whenever you're accepting guests to book, make sure that they have a good track record. You know, typically I like to see a few reviews and over 4 stars. If you're seeing 2 and 3-star reviews, probably not the best idea, because if another host is leaving them bad reviews, chances are they're going to be causing issues at your properties as well, giving you headaches and having to deal with bad reviews on your end. So, you know, you guys watching this, you can either take it from me, who's experienced pretty much everything you possibly can on Airbnb. Don't charge too low. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, or at the very least entertaining. Do me a favor and don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Also shoot some comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you've had any bad experiences on Airbnb. If you have any other questions or any other content you'd like to see from me that's Airbnb related. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I really hope the audio on this one worked.